Okay, so enough is enough because I got this is about the chrisean rock whole debacle or whatever. So chrisean, you said that you wanted to see, you wanted Carlissa to see how her year was gonna go, and then Ronnie passed in what, February of this year. Within months of you saying that, you done been kicked out of Blueface house. Well, you left. You done had 4 different men, which is several, multiple, what, 6, I think? So, demonic soul ties. Because every time that you have X with somebody, you are spiritually intertwined with them. You take on everything and everybody that they have, their energies, all of that. So, and what's more alarming is I'm usually warning women like, hey, do not partake or allow just any and anything inside of your womb, inside of your soul. But these men need to be watching out for you because you are the full definition and the epitome of a succubus. You drain people spiritually of everything around them that is positive, and you suck them dry through sex, through manipulation and deception. That is very, very, very demonic. My bad. As a mother, sometimes we have to stop and pause and tend to our children. You hear that, chrisean? So then you sitting up here talking about Lemmy and all of that from the baddies and all of this other stuff. But wasn't you just not, what was it, a few years ago, you were sitting up there talking about how Diddy choked him up and humiliated him? Wasn't you sitting up there humiliating Taseki only because she addressed you, talking about she sided with your husband or your boyfriend? Well, you've called him all of those titles that put your son's private areas online, when we all know you keep making it seem like his intentions were malicious. He put that online because the attention and the clout, as you say, is the only thing that moves you. It's social validation. That is what you've always seeked out. And you seek it because that African-American man, that's not your father. That is not your biological father, darling. Sean Malone and Lisa Malone, that was there when they cut your baby's umbilical cord, even though they all knew that you was passing him through a infected canal, is your biological father. And you've always lacked validation. You've always sought it as well. Then your mother, Charla, is on drugs. Then you have the nerve to tell Blueface that he mimics the behavior of his mother, but his mother is established, she's secure. You don't like Carlissa because she sees straight through you. See that discernment that you keep claiming that you had when you woke Marsh up and asked her while she was laying down? No, you told her to wake up because Taseki was getting ready to come and go upside your head. That wasn't discernment. That was the little common sense that God gave a mosquito that you decided to use and apply, because you usually don't. So you don't like Carlissa because you seen that she had enough discernment and she seen straight through you, and she was advocating against her son having a relationship with you. And you seen how much he valued his mom's opinion. You seen the relationship that he had with his mother, and you despise that. You also seen the relationship that he had with Jaden, and you desired that. You sit up here and try to attack everybody, talking about don't talk about your son or speak up on your son. Everybody is speaking up on the concerns that they have about the instability of your son. He's special needs. I have special needs people in my family. My daughter is special needs. You cannot look at her and tell that she's special needs. And I still advocate for her. Anybody that's watching this know that I'm at that school probably 3 out of 4 times a week, and she's in a special needs class. She's thriving. My daughter was born 4 months early on a laundry room floor. She was 1 pound, 0 ounces. She had 4 blood transfusions and 3 heart procedures. She's thriving. Her pictures is probably up under this video. And you sitting up here, they told me that my daughter would never walk, talk, feed herself, hold her head up, or any of that. She's past all of that. And she's on the principal's honor roll. I digress. But You are the only person that is naive to believe that you can verbally assault people. You can attack Ronnie. You can attack Blueface. You can attack Carlissa physically and verbally. You can attack and assault Natalie, Taseki, Chastity, Tareen. You can do all of these things to all these people, and you're the only person that is naive to believe that you're supposed to be able to throw a rock and hide your hand and nobody's ever going to retaliate. You really went to baddies filming after you done set up here and humiliated this man publicly on platforms, talking about how P. Diddy assaulted him and humiliated him publicly behind you. Like, are you cool? Then you've been sitting up here lying, talking about my son walking, my son talking, my son eating. You won't even feed that baby. That baby is suffering from malnutrition. You sit up and you humiliate. You are the weapon that Satan formed against him. You're a manifestation of the weapon. God says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You are the weapon that Satan used to form against Junior, but he's going to be a testimony. Him still being alive, well, and attempting to have a smile on his face every time he's on camera is a testimony in itself. In spite of you not valuing life. And we know you don't value life because you've unalived so many things that's come through your portal that was intended to reproduce life. You've eliminated it. You tried to eliminate Junior. You're upset because what was going to happen was you was going to use his demise as a way to warrant sympathy or garner sympathy from Blueface. But you never intended for that baby to still be here. Let's stop playing. We've had, because if this was under investigation and we was in a court of law, all of these allegations are actually testimonies. They will be testifying against you. And even if the evidence is circumstantial, guess what is the biggest evidence on earth? Is the fact that your baby is still alive, still trying to survive his mother. He survived your infected wound. He survived all the poison that you put inside of your womb. Then you want to keep on using SA as a way to weaponize against anybody that you feel like is on a higher pedestal than you. You tried to weaponize DV, domestic violence, against Blue and anybody else that would listen. Then you tried to weaponize violence and stuff against Ronnie, Carlissa, whoever. You always trying to be a victim. Why don't you start being a survivor? If you want your social media platform to thrive, why don't you start showing Junior really meeting milestones in real life, taking him to get help? Why don't you get yourself better? And then you're always in awe and in shock when anytime somebody clock your teeth, because you always think you 10 steps ahead. But just you being who you are alone, people already have their guards up against you, their defenses, and they waiting to clock your teeth. And you're probably trying to figure out why I'm speaking so fluently about you, sweetheart. I remember you from Oklahoma. Don't forget we went to church together. Then you talking about your daddy is Pastor Mike with his homosexual down low closet, down low super high behind. If that's your spiritual guide, or I see why you lost. But even he, with all his closetness, carries himself in a better light than you. Even Lucifer was the bearer of light. It's nothing but darkness. You can't even fool people like you good because you're so dark and demonic. Like, why do you think that people are oblivious to that? And he talking about Zeus done turned you against, your people's against you. Zeus was not responsible for you drinking, smoking, partying, kicking it, your sexual partners, your STDs, your demonic attitude, and you being a walking storyline. If anything, they trying to help you so Junior can have a place to stay. But you need to take that into consideration and get your whole entire life together, because I wasn't even going to speak on it. But you done pissed me off as a mother and as a survivor of real life childhood SA. Like, seriously.